Ma'am, introduction part we have to write by our own, or we can take the data from anywhere.
You can take it. You can take the content. You will not be able to write everything on your own. You will have to depend on the
Yeah,
second.
ma'am, that's only the point. Yeah.
You will have to depend on the secondary data as well. Secondary data means you can take the content from any books, or you can take it from uh, internet. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Huh. Just a second.
Ma'am,
Bolo.
should mention both primary and secondary.
Actually, for PG students, you have to collect both primary and secondary. But depending on your topic, see if it is possible for you for collecting the content through primary data.
Page will get from college.
Like, how do you collect primary data? Like, primary data is the fresh data which you are going to collect on your own. Like, for example, if I'm talking, like, if I'm my top, just imagine my topic is job satisfaction of employees working in, just take an example, working in a company, maybe XYZ company. So how will I collect the primary? Of course, secondary data I will get from internet regarding what is job satisfaction, a little bit history of that XYZ company and all, I'll get it. That is all secondary data, which is already published elsewhere. Now, how will I collect the primary data with respect to job satisfaction? Earlier times, we used to, like, before the using so much of technology and all, we used to make a, of course, now also we have to make a questionnaire, but earlier times we used to take the questionnaire and we used to distribute it, ask them to fill it, and then we will have to analyze the data. But now it is very easy. If you make a Google form and if you circulate among those people, the employees working over there, based on that reply, whatever answer you're getting, you can easily conduct the study. Abhi job satisfaction hai, for example, इसमें से any company which you are sure that you will be able to get the data. Like, if you are not working, you can approach your friends or your family members or anybody and ask them in help in collecting the data. Like, for example, I want to collect the data, maybe at least 20, actually 50, 20 to 50 respondents. Respondents means 20 to 50 people. People's data should be there with you. Now, using the questionnaire, you have to collect the data. Questionnaire will be prepared by using a Google form. That is the easiest method now. Okay, then how do you prepare the questions? Like, for example, name and all, you can keep it optional because many people will not be willing to reveal their names and all in such studies and all. Then one by one, you can put the questions. Like, first of all, like, are you happy with the salary? Are you satisfied with the working conditions? Are you satisfied with the salary? Are you satisfied with the time? Are you like that? So many questions you will be asking, at least 10, like between 10 to 15 questions. And after that, they will be submitting the Google form, and then it's very easy to analyze it. Like, how many simple method, percentage method. Like, for example, 50 people you have approached. Among that, at least 60 if you approach, you will get 50 good responses. Some may ignore some data, some may make fake data, false data, and all. They might just simply ignore it. So if you at least approach 60 people, you will be getting 50 responses, good responses. Among that, it's easy. Like, for example, first question, are you happy, are you satisfied with the working conditions? Maybe 30 might have said yes, 20 might have said no. So like that, one question each we will have to analyze, and then finally we will get to know about the job satisfaction of the employees working in that particular company. So it may not be so easy to collect the data. You will have to take the help of people who are working there, say that it is only for academic purpose, not for any other purpose, and then they will be cooperating. Many people will be cooperating to help. Otherwise, this is using by using primary method, primary data collection. If it is secondary data collection, directly if you search in the internet, like for example, job satisfaction of any company, you will get that ready-made contents in that. You will get it, and then based on that, like, you have to prepare it. Then don't mention that it is primary data. In such cases, you are using only secondary data. Primary data, as I told you, will happen when you are collecting the data for the first time. You are doing it for the first time. And for example, now, कौन है इधर? For example, Nandini has collected, she has made a project report. Tomorrow, if I am using her report for any of my study, then I am using secondary data, because already the data has been freshly collected by Nandini, first time collected by Nandini, that is primary data. So normally we stress on primary data, but depends on the topic, you can do it. Select what is depending on the topic, if it is easy to collect the data, then go for primary. If you feel that it's very difficult, then go for secondary. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, in literature review, have to mention the name of
Literature
the
review.
study, right?
Literature review में क्या लिखते हैं? Literature review में we write about, like say take the same topic, job satisfaction of employees working in XYZ. So इसके पहले like मेरे से पहले और भी लोग ने रिसर्च किया होगा ये टॉपिक के ऊपर, तो वो लोगों के रिसर्च के बारे में you have to write. That is literature review. And for example, one topic, ये topic देखो, job satisfaction. So if I just type in the internet literature review on job satisfaction, I'll get so many contents. From that you can read and you can select some of the literature review from the internet. That is, you can collect it from the internet. Otherwise, if it's possible for you to read some textbooks, read some reference textbooks and all from the library or anywhere, from there also you can take the literature review. Understood what is literature? So the study which was conducted before us, that is
Yeah,
literature
ma'am.
review.
Yeah.
Okay, so first I will share you the PPT once again. PPT, that step by step it is given, no? What is the first thing, then second, third, like that. You please follow that same format. Some samples I had sent you already, but that is just samples. The mistakes रहते हैं. During editing and all, they will correct it. But whatever I have sent, it might also have some mistakes. It's just to see how it is being prepared. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Any other doubt? Any other doubt?
Ma'am, last in bibliography, can you please explain?
Bibliography में क्या लिखेंगे? Bibliography में you have to attach your questionnaire in that. Bibliography में you have to write, you can, or appendix. There you might have collected the primary data. You might have collected the data using the questionnaire, so you can attach that data. You have to mention that name over their website, or if it is textbook, you can mention the textbook name in that. All those contents will be coming in that area. All those things we will do it first when you prepare. When we keep on asking updates, till whatever you have done, you just mail to us, and then we'll do the corrections and go on.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, now come back to the topic. This is the second module. First module we have completed. I have uploaded all the recordings also. Now this is the second module, foundation of individual behavior. In this module, we have discussed about the introduction to organizational behavior, the objectives, all the things. Then after that, organizational structure, all those things. So now here we are going to discuss about individual behavior, factors affecting. So let us see what are the things over here. Factors affecting individual behavior, it is divided in factors affecting individual behavior. It is divided into 3 different categories. Just a second. So factors affecting individual behavior, it is like what are the factors which are affecting our individual behavior? Like we are as an individual, as a human being, we get motivated or we get demotivated by different factors around us. So here we can see some of those factors which are affecting an individual's behavior. It is divided into 3 different factors. environmental factors, personal factors, and organizational factors. Especially when when an individual is working in an organization, organizational factors also affect an individual's behavior. So first we will see the environmental factors. Environmental factors are those things which are outside, like those external variables which are affecting our behavior, like economic factors, socio-cultural factors, political factors, and all that is affecting our behavior, which is not, to an extent we can say that these are not under our control as well, because these are all external factors. So among that itself there are some more divisions. Environmental factors में सबसे पहले आते हैं economic factors. Economic factors, like it is affected by the economic environment. These are again external forces which have direct economic effect upon organizations, people, and all. Like it is related to the economic conditions in the market. Some of these economic factors are employment opportunities. Of course, we know that all of us are actually, especially among youngsters, employment opportunity is very important. So employment opportunities in the country, if it is very less, then the people will be getting demotivated, and job security could be an issue. And in such cases, we can say that that is affecting an individual's behavior. Then wage rate. Wages means the salary which an employee is getting. Salaries or wages also affect an individual's behavior. We know that if we don't get paid on time, individuals, we may get frustrated, we may get angry. There are chances that we may even quit the organization. So salaries must be paid on time. It must be just, fair. And while the fixing the salary, also many things the organization should take into account. It is not just like paying the salary, like it should be taking into consideration the cost of living, company's ability to pay, conditions prevailing in the market, capability of the employee, etc. Like when we're talking about conditions prevailing in the market, we should see like definitely we should see the cost of living. Then we should see even what the competitors are paying. If the competitors are paying much more, definitely there are chances that the employees may shift to better companies. Then there are again other economic conditions like even depression in the market, then recession. Then in such situations also there are chances that the employees may even leave the organization. They may not leave, in such cases they may even be forcefully made to leave the organization, like there may be layoffs and all, they may be terminated. And frequent layoffs such and frequent job insecurity and all can affect the individual's behavior. Then same way, if the country is developing, country is experiencing boom, then the employees may be recalled, or they may be even getting better opportunities. So all these are affecting individual behavior. Then technological change, automation and modernization. Definitely nowadays we can see that due to the advent, very great increase in the technology and all, it is very important to know that these technologies also have created an effect on the individual's behavior. Like many cases we can see that the manpower, employees have been replaced by computers. This also have affected the organization. Employees need proper training to adjust to these challenges. Some of the older people and all, older employees and all, they may find it very difficult to adjust such technological changes. There are chances that they may be even laid off. So these are all coming under economic factors or external. These are all external environment. Then there are socio-cultural factors also which affects an individual's behavior. Like we can say the factors in the society. Socio-cultural means society and culture, like values, our values which are imbibed in us from like from a young age itself. Like we know what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is desirable and all. So this affects an individual's behavior by developing employee attitude, creating employee perception, and even motivating the employees. Then manners and customs. Manners and customs are again, customs are all the traditions which we are following from childhood, like from what we are getting from our family and all. And because of these customs and all, it may be difficult for the employees to get adjusted to new environment and all. So we can say that when they are moving from one place to another, shifting from the native place to the workplace, all this may affect the individual behavior. Their customs, their manners and all may change. Then Religion also, to an extent, it is all closely associated with its cultures, values, traditions, and all. Like individuals belonging to same religion, same caste, and mix groups in the organization. This may result in bias, favoritism, and all in the organization. Same way, education. Definitely, education, then the qualifications and all play a major role in determining the individual behavior. Like it affects definitely the job title, the position the employee is holding, and the salary expectations, training, promotion opportunities, career growth, all are connected with the education. Then political factors also, to an extent, affect an individual's behavior. Like political factors, it includes all those things which we are seeing with respect to the political conditions in the country, like political system, political parties, government agencies, ruling government, opposition government, and all. So many times we can see that the decisions taken by the government, that also to an extent, maybe directly or indirectly, affect an individual's personality. Same way, economic system, maybe like economic system also, it would be some places it would be controlled economic system, 'cause some countries may have a free economic system. All this also affects an individual's employment requirement. Then political stability of a country. Political stability means the country should be having a stable, progressive, and forward looking government, or a healthy political government. Like we can say, in such cases only, especially the youngsters in the country will be getting better employment opportunities, and such governments only will be able to attract more and more foreign investments, and through that there will be much more employment opportunities for the youngsters in the country. So that is very important. Similarly, regulatory or legal environment, these are again coming under external. Like regulatory environment relates to the rules and regulations in the country, the laws, rules, regulations, procedural formalities, and all which are prescribed by the government with respect to the planning and functioning of the organization. There are several laws and acts relating to such things. Some of the acts are mentioned over here because working in every organization, we are bound to follow the rules and regulations set up by the organization, and also which are prescribed by the government also from time to time. These laws and regulations are actually protecting the employee, protecting the individuals against any kind of harassment or any kind of problems from the companies. So some important laws are mentioned over here: Factories Act, Payment of Wages Act, ESI Act, so many are there. These are all again external only, but all these things are affecting an individual's behavior. These are all external. Then comes personal factors. Personal factors are inside, what is happening inside. Like it depends on the age, or it refers to the individual's age, the sex or gender, the education, etc. This also helps to understand individual behavior. Age, especially age and employee, how it is related. Normally we see that youngsters or middle-aged adults, these people are all quite little more quite active. And when age is advancing, when we are growing old, there are chances that the productivity of the employees may decline, and it becomes difficult for the people even to learn new things. Just like what we had seen earlier, when computerization and all are coming, more and more technological advancement are happening, it may be difficult for such people to even cope up with the new changes. So there are high chances of absenteeism in such cases. Younger people are considered to be much more active, and they can adapt to the situations much more in a better way. Same way, sex. Normally, sex means gender over here. There are no major differences. Of course, nowadays we can see that between men, women, hardly any differences or hardly any discrimination is existing, because most of the work which are considered to be difficult for women to do it, that also women are, they are trying to do it successfully. But there is always a what you can say, we can see that still women employees are less encouraged and appreciated for their performance, and this may even lead to problems with the women employees. They may even tend to be more absent because of their family responsibilities and all. And women, we know that they, many of the women take a career break or a sabbatical to bring up their children. So these are all coming under personal factors. Then comes education. Education is coming over here also, and also in external environment. Education refers to the qualification, the knowledge which we are having, especially when to in order to do that particular job. Then abilities. Abilities refers to an individual's capacity to perform various tasks. And ability also differs from individual to individual. It can be identified by you conducting various tests in the organization, like intelligence test, then skill test, like so many such tests are there. And again, here also the individual's contribution and all will be varying from time to time, varying from individual to individual. Other factors are like marital status, whether married or unmarried, number of dependents, creativity, all these are coming under personal factors which are affecting an individual. Then there are certain organizational factors. That is, when the employee is working in an organization, what are the factors affecting an individual behavior? Physical facilities in the organization. What are physical facilities? The working environment can be considered over here as physical facilities, like the lighting, air conditioning, equipments, machines provided, ergonomics, etc. Ergonomics means making the workplace fit for the employee to work properly. Like for example, you imagine an employee working in a software company, have to sit for long hours, and there are no proper chairs, and sitting for long hours, or they are not given proper breaks in between. All this will hamper the health of the employee. So ergonomics means making the workplace fit for the employee. So physical environment is very important. Same way, organizational structure, it is, we have already seen, it refers to the pattern of relationship among the individuals and departments. It is affected by various points, like the position of the employee, the duty of the employees, the relationship of different people in the organization, the channel of communication, etc. Like the higher level, middle level, and lower level, how this communication is happening. Then comes the organizational culture. Organizational culture refers to the values, set of norms, and all which each and every organization is having. This is unique to each and every organization. We cannot expect same type of culture in amongst all the organizations. It is all varying from company to company. Like every company will be having their own values, their own norms, their own set of beliefs, their own customs, and all which have been there with them from the initial period onwards, and which is continuing over a stable of time. So employees have to adjust with that organizational culture. Then leadership. Sometimes we can find that some places there is autocratic type of leadership. Sometimes it is quite like a participative type of leadership that also affects an individual's behavior. Autocratic means whether participative or consultative means that is more giving more voice for the employees, more encouragement for the employees. So that also affects an individual's behavior. Then reward system. Rewards, like of course payment or salary, wages and all are given. Apart from that, compensation and reward systems are also there. Many organizations, these definitely affect an individual's behavior, and it need not be every time in monetary terms. It could be either monetary or even non-monetary base, and this also helps an individual's or develop an individual's capability to work and contribute more. So this is about different factors affecting an individual's behavior. Next is personality. What is personality? Personality is the combination of physical, mental, and social qualities of an individual. Sometimes we tell what a nice personality that person is having. How do we know that about what is that personality? It is not something what we see from outside. It is actually a combination of the physical, the mental, and social qualities. Social interaction is also equally important. So combination of these qualities in a proper ratio, we can say, or proper proportion, we can say, helps a person to create a favorable impression on others. Like here also personality is getting affected by many factors. So one meaning is given over here, one definition is given over here, given by Stephen Robbins. Personality is the sum total of ways in which an individual is reacting and interacting with others. So it is like the traits which are found. All traits means the features, the characteristics which are found in different individuals, which we can observe. And personality also is related to organizational behavior, because that is, an individual's personality contributes a lot to the organization's development. It helps them in proper planning, proper allotment of duties, proper allotment of tasks, maintaining a good relationship with all the colleagues, like that. Then here the definitions points are explained over here, and again I'm skipping that topic. You can refer it because it's just that definition, and the above definition is explained over here in detail. Next is determinants of personality. This is very important. How an employee's personality is being developed, or what are the various factors affecting an individual. What is a personality? Personality refers to the, it's a combination of physical, mental, and social capabilities of an individual. So here you can see the first one is biological factor. Biological means related to the body, related to the physique of the individual, like the physical structure, whether tall or short, the facial color, facial expression, and which are all in the individual's body. And but to an extent this can be changed. Of course, nowadays again here also technology is used to change the shape of the nose, to use better lens and all for changing the color of the eyes, then hair coloring. So many things are there which can help in changing the physical features of an employee, of an individual. Then home environment. What is what is that? It relates to what we are learning from our family, parents, other family members. They also can influence the personality of an individual. We learn many things from by looking at them, looking forward to them. So well behaved parents, disciplined parents are all, yeah, role models to the children. Then at the same time we can say that a good atmosphere in the home will definitely help in bringing up successful individuals. Then external environment, not only home, we always know that we get to learn much more from the external environment as well, like apart from the home environment, like the school, the college, the workplace, the religious places, whatever we are seeing outside our home, like definitely education institutions will help in creating good values among the children, imbibing good values among the children. Then friend circle play a very important role. Peers, colleagues play a very important role. Definitely in many ages we can see that we are very much dependent on the friends rather than the family members. Then organizational factors, all these things are coming under external environment. Same way religious factors also, where we are, the religion which we are following also, especially those who are very stringent followers, very strict followers, they believe in such type of peace religion, that is also very important to an individual's, or contributing to an individual's personality. Then situations also affect an individual's personality. Negative situations may have a very adverse impact. Adverse means very strong negative impact on the personality of an individual, whereas positive situations will be motivating for an employee. So when the employee is exposed to very difficult situations and all, he may become very rough and tough. Or when he is in a happy mood, his personality will be different, like that. Then next topic is about different personality traits. Personality traits can be referred as different characteristics. Now here you have to remember, we are going to learn about different models of personality over here, which are given by very many famous people. And among that, first one is Big Five model. There are many such personality traits or personality models, like here first one is Big Five model, then locus of control, then type A personality, type B personality, like that. So many are there. Here we are going to look into the first one, Big Five model. Big Five model, there are 5 factors, 5 points which are to be noted over here, which explains about the personality of an individual. Like first one is agreeableness. Agreeableness means how easy it is to get along with others. How easy it is an ability to get by a person to get along with others. It is a personality dimension that describes someone who is a good natured, cooperative, trustworthy individual. And there are some people, मतलब ऐसे लोग भी रहते हैं ना, जैसे जिसके साथ हम लोग बिल्कुल भी मैच नहीं होते, बिल्कुल उनके साथ हम लोग एग्री नहीं कर सकते, मतलब उनके साथ हम लोग बात करने से भी हमको we feel demotivated, we have a negative vibe when talking such people. So people who are scoring on low on agreeableness are selfish, they are self-centered, like such type of people. Same way there is next one is conscientiousness. Conscientiousness means where we talk about people who are quite responsible, they are self-disciplined, dependable, persistent, organized, achievement oriented. Such people are also, like, they're very responsible type of people. Again here the person who is having a low conscientiousness, they are highly unorganized, they are irresponsible type of people. Then there is emotional stability. how much we can control the emotions. A person showing positive emotional stability means calm, they are self-confident, then they are secure, they know how to control, they are mature enough to control their emotions. Extroversion. Extroversion के opposite भी होते हैं introversion. Extroversion means how much you are social with others, or you can like it's how much you can be friendly with others. Some people you might have seen ना जो बहुत friendly होते हैं, बहुत friendly, sociable, lively type of people you might be seeing among your friends group itself. और कुछ लोग कैसे कैसे होते हैं, ज्यादा बात नहीं करते, they are introverts. So introverts don't like to mingle much with others, they like to live their own life, you know, like they are happy with themselves only. Then openness to experience, this is another point under Big Five model. Openness means there are people who are extremely open people, they are very imaginative, very creative, they are ready to face they are ready to gain more and more experiences and all. However, people with low score over here, they are not so much creative, they prefer doing the regular routine work rather than taking up any challenging jobs. That is one model. Another one is locus of control. Locus of control means how much we have the belief that we can control the events which are affecting us. Can we control the events which we are affecting us? To an extent we can control, not all the events we can control. So here also there are two types: internal locus of control and external locus of control. Internal locus of control means an individual's belief that events are within their control. External means which they believe that their uh, events are not under their control. Of course, some events are under our control, some may not be under our control. So internal people, they have more control over their behavior. Like here you can see internally internal locus control, jinka internal locus of control is good, like they have more control over their behavior, they are highly motivated, less absenteeism, more job satisfaction, they analyze the situation before decision making, they take initiativeness to do a job, they are independent and reliable, they are even achievement oriented. At the same time, external people क्या होता है, they have less control over their emotions, they get easily influenced by others. मतलब खुद से डिसीजन लेने के लिए इनको बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, तो वो ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व नहीं रहते जॉब पे, लो जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन, they hardly mingle with others, high absenteeism, low motivation, and they are like follow directions, they don't want to contribute much to the organization. Then comes self-esteem. Self-esteem is one of the personality trait which affects the individual behavior in organization. Self-esteem means how much we like or dislike ourselves. अपने को खुद को कितना आप पसंद करते हैं. It is a feeling of liking or disliking towards oneself. It differs from person to person. People with high self-esteem have the following characteristics. Like they are very, like we know, those who are, they are highly confident, ability to succeed. They take more risk, more job satisfaction, challenging jobs they take. At the same time, people with low self-esteem are again the opposite. They need support every time, they are dependent on others, they choose conventional jobs, they set low goals for themselves, like that. And the type is type A and type B personality. Many of us will be falling either under type A or either under type B. Sometimes we may feel that we are having the features of both. So what is this type A and type B? Type A means hardworking and impatient. Type A people I'm talking about, they're very hardworking, but at the same time they are very impatient, they are very aggressive and competitive type of people. And type B personality are very cool type of people, cool kind of type of people, like easy going, sociable, इतना ज्यादा सिर पे नहीं लेके रखते हैं काम के, they do the work but इतना tension लेके काम नहीं करते हैं. That is type B personality. Another one model is risk taking. This also we can see that some people are ready to take the risk in their job. They always want challenging jobs, they hardly depend on others, they take rapid decisions very fast. And low risk people are that they won't jump into decisions very quickly, they need time in taking the decisions. Again, it all varies from individual to individual. Then there is another important personality trait known as Machiavellianism. This was given by a person known as Niccolo Machiavelli. That is why this trait is named after him. So what is this Machiavellianism? It is divided into high Mach and low Mach. High Mach are those people who are more manipulative. They always have this high spirit to win. They cannot be easily influenced by others, and somehow they take the effort in winning the game. But high mac are good. They are good in the sense they can be successful, and they are easy to manipulate in the sense manipulate in the sense like they can be successful in many different types of jobs. And low mac are the opposite. They are not so much active and are like the high mac type of people. Another one here is self monitoring. It is another important personality. Here what happens, it refers to an individual's ability to adjust to his or her behavior, and they are like what we can say, they can adapt to external environment very much. Self monitoring type of, and they can play multiple roles. They know, because self monitoring means खुद के बारे में वो monitor करते हैं. They know much about themselves. They can control themselves. They can even adjust themselves in any situations. They are very flexible. They show high behavioral consistency because they know what they are. They know how to behave in different situations. So these are the different traits which are mentioned over here.